Lewis Hamilton has never went a full season without a podium, and this weekend it could be about to change. Welcome back to Fog Racing. McLaren dominated P1 and Ferrari dominated P2. And this is a guy that rarely goes a season without a win. So imagine going without a podium. Unthinkable.
Can we just confirm that this guy's actually not had a podium this season? Because that doesn't seem real to me.
He hasn't. He won the sprint race in China, but that's it.
That is really poor.
It is, isn't it? I don't care what way you spin it. This guy's done. But he looks alright this weekend.
No, he does, but so does Leclerc. And I tell you what, I think Ferrari, this is probably their weekend. If they want to get a race win, I think it could come here. Leclerc, he is the king of pole positions around Azerbaijan, so I think it's a good opportunity. And Hamilton, if he is going to get a podium, this is probably the race where at the circuit where you'd expect them to maybe do it. So
yeah, I mean, Ferrari are good in low speed. A wee bit of high speed as well.
I think this is the kind of weekend where Lando will be thinking, right, I've got an opportunity to take a chunk of points out of Piastri if I can beat him, because there's potential for more than just me to finish ahead.
Yep. No, totally. Now, practice one. What happened? Piastri had a hydraulic issue, but he still managed to get P2. Now, looking at P1, you would actually think McLaren are dominating, because it was a McLaren 1-2 by about half a second to Leclerc, so that looks like the story of this season. The story of this season, which I think has been a pretty shite title fight between the two McLaren drivers, because there's just no aminosity. Oh, you go through. Oh, I don't want to upset you. Zach Brown just wants to cuddle both of them. Pathetic, right? Give me the days of Alonso parking his car in gear and refusing to let Hamilton refuel for the last run in Hungary. What happened to those days?
Yeah, that's what we need.
That is what you need. You know, Rosberg and Hamilton throwing the caps at each other. I don't give a shit if they're teammates or not. I want to see a battle. This is pathetic. This is kindergarten CBB's pish.
It's not good enough.
Like, obviously this practice session didn't really consist of that, but that last race, man, was
You
embarrassing.
think Max Verstappen's allowing his teammate through?
No. Of course he's fucking not. Yo, remember that time in Brazil? He had the championship wrapped up, and he could have let Perez through in his fight against, and he went, no.
Like, nah, you're alright.
And that's when there's no title on the line for him. It's right.
And that was Perez helping him win the title the previous season.
Yeah.
So,
Play the game, son. I mean, come on, but...
But look at Max. I mean, look at Vettel and Webber. Multi-21 said, but like, there's certain... I think that if you switch that around into Norris and... If Norris and Piastri, I think they probably, if one of them's Vettel, they probably let him back through.
Damn right they do.
Oh, sorry team, I miscommunicated. But look at Vettel, he was like, nah, I wanted to win. Same way, do you think Max would overtook Webber and went, oh, apologies, I'll give you the position back?
Of course he wouldn't.
So yeah, honestly, I was a bit bored of the Max Verstappen domination, but I would really like Max to actually come back and win this championship, because I just don't think either Norris or Piastri deserve to be world champion. I stand by that. I think it'd be the weakest world champion with in my lifetime of watching F1. Yeah, for me, I don't think either of them's worthy of being world champion.
No, obviously someone has to win it. But you're right. I just look at it.
Eight races to go. If Max can win them all, then he has a chance.
You're right though. I just look at both guys and I think the car's clearly dominant. I was a bit naive at the start of the season. I thought maybe they were just being good, but now as the season goes on, the gap's too big. He's mine. Like any time the Red Bull is like half decent,
Max wins.
Yeah. And any time it's a dog, he doesn't win.
But here, Piastri can have a wee retirement or two if Max can win a few races in a row.
Yeah, you never know. But Max was 7th. And he was actually beat by Shiroda in practice one. That's why practice doesn't matter. Big.
Yeah, won't happen qualifying in the race, that's for sure.
Had Jar linked with the second Red Bull seat. If I was him, I'd only be taking it next year. No point going in now.
Well, that's when he's going to be getting it. And I mean, you've got to take the step up. I know people are saying don't do it, it'll ruin your career. But
new generation of car. I don't think it'll be as bad.
He's got to take the chance. Listen, you're never going to be a world champion at RB.
No.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Yep. Aston Martin 15th and 17th, bit poor.
It'd be like in the Sauber days where they were kind of Ferrari owned or whatnot, and people were like, "Oh no, don't go to Ferrari. You'll play second fiddle with Schumacher." It's like, oh well, yeah.
You'd rather
you'll get podiums and race wins though. So
yeah, but no, the thing is, you'll play second fiddle to Schumacher, whatever, right? if you're the F1 driver and you believe in your abilities, you must think, well, at least you can give like, see Barrichello, right? Good driver. But realistically, he still should have done a lot better than what he did.
Yeah.
Even if he's being unfairly treated.
Yeah, but see if Barrichello was consistently outperforming and he was just faster than shit, it would come a point where Ferrari's like, well, hold on here, he's the better driver. We're not going to purposely shaft him.
No, yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're not really outperforming the number one guy, then obviously the team's going to go with the number one guy. But there's
Put it this way, you're right.
Yeah, but there's no way that Schumacher would have been the number one driver for Ferrari if they signed someone that could go like half a second a lap quicker every weekend.
When Barrichello was actually letting through those couple of if they were doing that every other weekend, they wouldn't be asking.
But Barrichello would be the number. If Barrichello was getting asked to let Schumacher pass every weekend, Barrichello would be the number one driver because he'd be in front of Schumacher and he'd be faster than Schumacher.
Yep. And that's it.
So team orders really only apply in scenarios where you're kind of clearly the number two, and there will sometimes be occasions where you happen to be in front of your teammate.
Yep. No, that is it.
But if you're constantly faster than your teammate, you won't be the number two driver because they would have no reason to put you in that number two position. It would be detrimental to the entire team. So, I mean, if I was and I know it's not really a case of second driver and team orders and stuff like this, it just seems to be that the second Red Bull's undrivable for whatever reason, but you got to take the chance.
Next year, new regs, I don't think it'll be as bad. Alpine, right at the bottom, they look ranked rotten. Practice 2, they were again close to the bottom, Alonso 19th. I mean, Aston Martin are very weird. One week they look best the rest, one week they look like the worst. And simply depressed for Fernando. It's next year or nothing.
Yeah, no consistency. Has to happen next year.
He'll retire for me if the car's not good next year. He has to. Can't just keep going for the sake of it.
I think you'll see you at the season and retire.
No, yes. No, I would agree with that. But what I think if Aston Martin are in a position of like a Red Bull or like a Mercedes this year where they're like competing for podiums, I think he'll probably remain for 2027 and beyond. But if they're in this position, he'll be done.
Yeah.
Can't blame him. I mean, I think it'd be a bit naive for him to only continue on next season if they're dominant, because realistically that's a pipe dream.
Wonder what would happen if if Max Verstappen did go to Ferrari or something and Red Bull offered Alonso a drive. I wonder if he'd take them. Or do you think he'd stick with Aston Martin?
I think he'd rather be with Aston Martin, man. Red Bull.
They do have Newey.
Downward trajectory, right? Piastri and Norris 12th and 10th.
Right, but good for Ferrari. Top two spots, Hamilton and Leclerc. Can Hamilton finally get on the podium? Can Leclerc get this 5th pole position? And Azerbaijan in a row? We'll find it tomorrow.
We will, but I believe if it comes out to a straight shootout between these two for pole and the race, Leclerc will beat him.
Yeah, I'd take Leclerc.
And yeah, you know what, man? See Lewis Hamilton, right? See if he just called it quits after the 2021 season, you couldn't really have many arguments against the guy.
Yeah, if someone said if he called it quits then, and someone said he's the greatest of all time, it would be hard to make a case. But I think that he's done damage to his career since then.
It's like Schumacher. As great as Schumacher is, 2010, 2011, 2012 did not add to it. Because what people are going to say is, well, you can beat by Rosberg, who people don't consider to be that great of a champion. Even though, I think Rosberg is good. But yeah, it's like drivers should know the time to retire. And I'm not saying Hamilton should have retired after 2021, because a lot more left in the tank. But I just don't think it's going to get any better for him. If Ferrari are going to become a world champion, it's going to be with Leclerc. Yeah. And it is really that simple. But we're back tomorrow, qualifying recap. And until next time, peace.